talking about scaffolding. Scaffolding is a temporary support that the teacher gives students as they learn the academic content. So some examples of scaffolding would be asking them questions during a reading. You want to spark their memory and you're kind of guiding them and then slowly letting them go independently to do the work by themselves. The teacher is adding the supports for the students' learning. There are many types of ways to actually scaffold, but there are two main things that are always in the process, and that's modeling and practice. Modeling, the teacher will demonstrate each step in a task multiple times. Repetition is the key. Practice, individually or as groups, they work collaboratively with the teacher to practice and learn a new skill. So a good example of in life that people would scaffold, a lot of parents when kids are learning how to ride their bike, they'll hold their bike as they're trying to pedal and then they let them go free. So they're practicing with the parent and then letting go and going by themselves. So there's three types. Content scaffolding, the teacher will select something not too difficult and not too something that they are more familiar with. So this allows the students to focus more on the task instead of being all over the place. The task scaffolding, you start with a specific task and the teacher will actually think aloud her steps in the process of doing something. This explains a lot through processing and such like that. Material scaffolding is a written type or prompts or cues and guided examples are being provided to the students to help them so they could end up eventually working independently on a project material. So next I will be reading a book called Turtles to my class, and then we will be doing a project where we have to write a paragraph about what we learned. Thank you.
Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to read a book and then write a paragraph about what we learned. So, can anybody tell me what this is? Raise your hand. Danny.
That's a turtle.
It's a turtle, that's right. And that is what we are going to be learning about today, our turtles. We have a few vocabulary words that we're going to go over that we'll find in our book. Turtles by Jody Hewlin and Pedro Julio Gonzalez. Our first word is turtle. A slow-moving reptile enclosed in a scaly or leathery domed shell where it can be retracted its head and legs. Our next vocabulary word is shell. The hard protective outer case. Does anyone know what we could see on the turtle? If they have a shell, raise your hand. Where could we find the shell? Alexa.
On the back.
On its back. Very good. On the turtle's back. So, a turtle. Looking at the cover of our book, what do we think we're going to see? Raise your hand. Brianna. A turtle? We're going to learn about turtles. What else might we find out about turtles? Alexa.
If they lay eggs.
If they lay eggs, good job. Have any of you ever seen a turtle? No? You can see turtles in many different places like the zoo or the ocean. We're about to find out some more. So, Turtles by Jody Helm and Pedro Gonzalez. Turtles. Look over there in the water. Do you see a turtle? Where do you think this is? Danny.
The beach.
The beach. So we're at the ocean. This is a loggerhead turtle. It is a sea turtle. It has long, strong flippers. They can help the turtle to swim. Sea turtles are almost always swimming. This sea turtle has come on land. She is ready to lay her eggs. She always lays her eggs at night. She lays them in holes, then she gives back to the water. Raise your hand. Did anyone hear a vocabulary word? Danny.
Eggs.
Eggs. That's right. So we just found out. What did we find out? What do turtles do?
They lay eggs.
They lay eggs. Great job. 2 months pass and eggs hatch one by one. After 3 days, the baby turtles head for the water. Only a few will make it. Baby turtles are nasty snack for birds and animals. So why do we think that the sea turtles might not make it to the water? Alexa.
Because they're snacks.
Because they're snacks. It just said that. Some of the birds and other animals might need to eat them. But if the baby turtles reach the water, they start swimming right away. Right here we have a leatherback sea turtle. Sea turtles are always good swimmers. Sea turtles are good divers too. Some like to dive for jellyfish. Most turtles have soft bodies and hard shells. The shell protects the turtle and it keeps the turtle's body safe. This is a desert tortoise. So what do our shells do on the turtles? Why do you think they might need to have shells? Bree.
To keep them clean?
That's a good answer, but there's another reason. Danny.
It protects them.
It does protect them because why? Why am I thinking protection? Alexa.
Because they're tasty snacks for dogs.
They're tasty snacks, but why else? Bree.
Because they have soft bodies.
They have soft bodies, so they need protection. Land turtles can tuck their heads and legs in their shells if there is danger. Sea turtles can't do this. So what do sea turtles do if they're in danger? They swim, of course.
Like Nemo.
Like Nemo. So now we're going to make a graphic organizer together. We're going to write turtles in a circle. Then have a few legs coming off of them. Can anyone raise their hand and tell me what turtles have? What maybe some body parts of a turtle? Bree.
A beak.
They have a beak. Very good. So everyone take a circle and write beak in it.
Me.
Alexa.
They have shells.
They do have shells. Very good. In the same circle, we are going to write shells. Where can turtles live? Think back. Danny.
In the water.
They can live in the water. Specifically, what kind of water? Where can we find a green sea turtle? Alexa.
Salty water.
Salty water, so the ocean. Good job. Where else? Brianna.
On land.
On land. Great, now we have one circle left to fill in. What are some things that turtles do? Danny.
They lay eggs.
They lay eggs. Good. What else? Bree.
They swim.
They swim. Anything else? Danny.
They're really slow on the ground.
They're slow on land. Good job. Now that we have all this information, we can write our paragraph about what we've learned. So first, before we start writing, how do we start a paragraph? What do? Alexa.
You indent.
We indent, right? So we don't start at the end, we start a little bit on the line, on the inside. How do we start our sentences? Brianna.
With a capital letter.
With a capital letter, great job. And how do we end them? Danny.
With period.
With a period, good job. So now that we know all that, we can start.
Okay, so as you can see, asking the questions is a good way to scaffold because it can activate their knowledge and help them gain a little bit more of comprehension when they're reading. And having a graphic organizer also is a great way to help because that way they can put all their their thoughts together, and the teacher is able to help them remember what they were learning. So pretty much that's scaffolding. Thank you.